So some of you need a hug. I know some of you need a hug. Some of you need to talk. Some of you need just to air out how you're feeling today. This is the day after the election, and as we know, last night it was pretty much called in the United States. Donald Trump won the popular vote as well as the electoral, so he will be the 37th president of the United States of America. And I just had to get this thing straight here. This is not a political show in any way. I don't do politics. I don't talk politics. But what I do is try to help people feel better every single day. And I have learned to feel better every single day through the use of magic mushrooms, microdosing magic mushrooms, and they've helped totally take care of my depression, anxiety, and much more. My name is Dr. Dave. If you're brand new, never seen me before in your life, but I'm here actually just to try to take some time, and because I know for sure a lot of my followers here are probably feeling the anxiety from the day after an election. It doesn't matter which candidate you voted for, who you didn't vote for, what you think of them. You want to feel better. You want to feel that your life is going in the right direction, and you want to feel like your life is improving. And there's only so much we can do. When we vote in this country, there's president elected, and generally, in very rough numbers, 50% of the people are happy, 50% are not happy with the outcome. That's generally the rule, because in the U.S. here, it goes roughly 50-50, roughly. Last night was a little bit more skewed towards Trump. So he did win the popular and the electoral. So more than 50-50. But let's use that in rough terms, 50-50. So what do you do now? If you're for Trump, if you're a Trump fan, then you're probably happy. If you were not for Trump and you did not vote for him, and you've probably got some anxiety or just feeling of that things didn't go your way. And I get it. I totally get it. So some people are feeling it just a little bit. Some people are feeling to the point where they can't function. They want to leave the country. They think we're everything is going to go to hell. And I'm not here. And also, I'm not here to make any political comments whatsoever. This is not a political show. I don't endorse candidates. I don't talk about my personal political views in any way. I'm here to help people. I'm here to help people feel better. And when I say better, I mean every day. I don't mean just half the time. I mean every day. So what do you do? What do you do if you're feeling shitty? If you're feeling shitty after the election, you feel you were let down, you feel maybe your fellow Americans let you down because they didn't vote the way you wanted. What do you do? Well, first of all, and by the way, this is live, so if you're here, feel free to say hello. I'm here. I won't bite. I promise. I won't call you out. But just if you're here, I'd love to say hello to you. What do you do? What do you do if you're anxious, feeling despair, feeling sad, feeling like there's, these things are just going to get worse and worse and worse? What do you do? Well, first of all, you have to realize that the election's over. It's done. It may not have gone your way, but it's over, and it's not going to be reversed. And that's the way it is. That's the way it is. Donald Trump will be the president, 47th president for the next 4 years. That's the way it is. So what do you do about it? You have to accept that. You have to accept it. And you say, well, Dr. Dave, don't tell me to accept it. I'm not accepting. He's not my president. Well, if you live in the US, whether you hate him or love him or somewhere in between, he is your president. Now, look, you could choose to leave the country. A lot of people I know, a lot of people threaten that if a candidate I don't like wins, I'm going to leave the country. But nobody does that, and you're not doing that either. So that's not really an option. I don't think you're going to do that. Leave the country. What else can you do? You have to realize that you might not like hearing this from me. You might not like hearing it, but you have to realize that things are not going to be nearly as bad as you think they are. So many people think that everything's going to go to hell. There's going to be World War III, that, nobody's going to have their rights. That's going to be a dictatorship. And everybody thinks that. None of that's going to happen. Don't kill the messenger. Don't kill the messenger. I'm telling you right now, none of that's going to happen. And if you don't believe me, come back to me after 4 years and let's put some money on it. None of that's going to happen. We're going to be okay. We are going to be okay. I promise you, we're going to be okay. I would recommend taking a deep breath, getting off social media. Don't turn the news on anymore. You know the results. You know what's happened. Don't turn the news on anymore. Take a deep breath. Do something that you love. Talk to people that are going to be encouraging to you and not people that are going to be just negative every second, spewing negativity. Don't do it. You can do it, but it's not going to help you. So let's get some positivity into our lives now. I'm going to recommend, well, first of all, my podcast and my show here on YouTube, it's all about microdosing magic mushrooms. So I would recommend taking a big microdose if you're not doing well, if you're having a tough time. Take a big, good old microdose. Then perhaps get out in nature. I'm looking outside right now. Outside of my home, we got the mountains right here outside of Salt Lake City, and they're beginning to get covered with snow. So get out in wherever you are, mountains, beach, river, desert, whatever it might be, get out in nature. Being outside, there's something therapeutic about it. Get outside, move your body, take a walk. Don't turn the news on when you take a walk. Just take a walk and listen to some music. If you are feeling terrible and you continue to immerse yourself in the news, in YouTube videos, talking to people that are all negative, do you think you're going to feel better? And I want an honest answer. Do you think you'll feel better? I say no. I say it's only going to get worse. Remove yourself from the situation. Get out and have some fun. Do something that you love, a hobby, nature, exercise, move your body, breathe, nasal breathing, meditation, yoga. Do it as much as you can. Try your best to keep your mind off the news. Again, you know what the results are. You can't change it, and you have to accept that this is the way it's going to be for the next 4 years. So please, if you have hatred towards somebody, whether it's towards a candidate, the winner, friends of yours that might not have voted the same way you voted, if you have hatred towards people, do you think you're going to feel better? I'd say unlikely. Learn to love your neighbors, your friends, your family, no matter who they voted for and no matter what their political preference is. Learn to start loving them again. We need more love in this country. We're so fucking divided now. So divided and so much hatred, because I hear so many times, well, if you voted for X person, I hate you. You're a horrible person if you voted for fill in the blank. It could be anybody. Fill in the blank. We got to stop that. Come on now. That's not the way we should be living our lives. Do you agree? I mean, no, because Dr. Dave, if any of my friends or anybody that I know voted for this person, I hate them. Okay, you can hate. It's up to you. It's not going to help you. I promise you. I promise you. And I'm here to try to get you to feel a little, just even a little bit better. Give somebody you love a hug. Kiss your dog. Tickle your cat. Go out for a nice dinner. There's so many things that we can do to feel better. So many things. But if you harp on the news and the poison that's going back and forth, if you harp on that and immerse yourself in that and don't get out of that rat race, you're not going to be doing well. I promise you. So please take care of yourself. Take care of. I'm interested in you more than I'm interested in any political candidate. I want you to take care of you. I want you to microdose if needed and if it's okay in your area. I want you to do whatever you need to do to feel better, and turning on the news, immersing yourself in the news now, and immersing yourself on YouTube, and other than my show, of course, but immersing yourself in political things on YouTube and reading political things and hate speech. And we're done with that. The election's over. Just stop it. Just stop it. Get on with your life. Hey there, Info Warrior. Hey, remind me. Okay, you're gonna kill me. You're gonna Info Warrior. Eric or Lee? Eric. I want to say Eric, but don't kill me. Don't kill me, please. Eric or Lee. I'm gonna write it down next time. Okay, I thought that was my choice. Okay, good. You say bummer about last night. Well, again, you just came in, so you haven't been here. But what I'm trying to do is not get this political. Yeah, a lot of people are hurting. A lot of people are anxious. A lot of people are not having a good day today. Let's write a few things down here. But the election is done, and I want to say it doesn't matter. It does matter, because I don't want to say it doesn't matter, because of course it matters. Of course it matters. But now at this point, there's not going to be another election to confirm that you're happy with the choice. It's done. It's done. Trump is going to be the 37th president, or 47th. If I said 37 earlier in the video, I'm sorry. I meant 47. Sorry about that. And again, no matter who you voted for, no matter which side you're on, to me, it doesn't matter. I care about you. I care about your feelings. I care about your anxiety. Yeah, life goes on. So, Eric, I just shared a bunch of things that people can do to start feeling better. From now on, from this point on, I want you all to feel good. And if you harp on this political stuff, excuse me, it's not going to contribute to your well-being. I promise you. I promise you. We need to move on. We need to love each other. We need to stop asking other people who they voted for and hate them if they voted for the wrong person. I'm getting all kinds of messages asking me how I feel about the election, who I voted for. I'm getting all kinds of emails and messages, etc. My answer is simple. My podcast, my website, my show, anything I do, social media, it's not political. It's not a political show. I don't talk politics. I certainly talk about how to feel better, maybe after some type of political situation, election, something that happens. I talk about how to feel better, but I don't discuss politics. I never ask you or anybody who they voted for. I don't do that. And if somebody asks me who I voted for, I say, This is not a political show. It doesn't even matter. It makes no difference because I'm here to help. I've been through so much stuff in my life. I know how to help other people. I know what it takes. I know what people go through. I've been there. I've been depressed. I've been anxious. I've had PTSD. I've had it all. And I'm talking about that on a lot of current podcast episodes I'm putting out lately, usually on the Friday ones, usually Friday. Yeah, lots of people get too riled up. It's funny, Eric, I used that word last night with my wife. I was watching, the news and the election returns till well into the night. And I told her, I said, I'm riled up. But yeah, I was like revved up, so yeah, too many, and I'll tell you something. Like I've always said, everything's connected. If you get too riled up over something, if you obsess over it, if you're just like if it's like if you can't stop thinking about it, it's getting you upset do you think that's going to be a positive influence on your health, on your physical and mental health, or if you say, oh, it's not going to bother me, then you're wrong. It will affect your physical health as well as your mental health. I promise you. Promise. It's time to move on. Drop the hate. I know, and it's easy for me to say, don't be anxious anymore. And that's not right. You can't go up to an anxious person and say, don't be anxious anymore. Go up to a depressed person and say, stop your depression. That doesn't work. But I have offered at least 5 to 10 things so far on this episode, this live stream. I've offered 5 to 10 things you can do to start feeling better every single day as a result. If you're feeling let down, bad, whatever, from this political, from this election. But who am I for? Who did I vote for? That makes no difference. It doesn't matter. If I said I wrote in God, I don't know why I just made that up. But if I wrote in God on my ballot, it wouldn't matter to anybody. I still want to help you feel better. It doesn't matter who I like, dislike. It makes no difference. That's why I don't go there, because once you start going there, then you go down this rabbit hole that you can never get out of. And so I choose not to go there from the beginning. That's what I choose. Look at the bigger picture. We're all in the same boat. No need for us versus them. Exactly. God, we got to finally get back to not the divisiveness in this nation, but more love. We've become way too divided. And don't you dare say that I hate anybody that voted for X candidate. Because if you say that, I hate anybody that voted for X candidate, then I have to be honest with you. That's a big problem. It's a big problem. Everybody is different. Everybody has their feelings, opinions, reasons. It can go very, very deep. There could be one little thing that somebody voted for a candidate for that you'll never know about. You'll never know. Because a lot of people don't talk about it. And trust me on this one. There are a ton of people that they might say one thing, but when they go into that, ballot box, they go to the ballot box or what do you call it, or do a mail-in or drop off, whatever they do. The only person that's seeing their vote is them, and there's one other person that's counting it. Nobody else sees it. So trust me on this. There are a ton of people out there that you don't know. They might be your friends. You don't know how they voted, and they might tell you one thing. It's not always right. So we've got to stop holding these grudges towards other people. Like I said earlier, for me, it doesn't matter who you voted for. It does not matter. It doesn't matter if you wrote anybody in or voted for one of the two candidates. It doesn't matter to me. It's a free country. We vote for who we want. So don't be upset with anybody else who didn't share your opinion or your candidate. Don't be upset. Is that going to bring you to where you want to be? Do you think? Is that gonna get you to where you want to feel every day if you're starting to get upset with other people? Okay, if you want to, that's fine. Again, if you want to be upset with half the population, a little more than half, if you want to be upset with a little more than half of the population of this country, then that's your prerogative. I'll be the first to admit I can be wrong in my ideas and believe. That's a great way to admit this. And guess what? We all can be. We all can be wrong. Nobody, and I'll tell you something else. Nobody's right all the time. We all can be wrong, of course. I mean, but there's no right or wrong. That's the thing. There's really, like I just said, there could be one little reason that somebody voted for a particular candidate. There might be one little tiny reason that you'll never know. But he or she didn't vote my way, so they're bad. You really believe that? If somebody doesn't agree with you, they're bad? Wow. But a lot of people do think that. I've come across so many people on social media and followers of my show here asking me personal questions about what I did, what I think. And like I said, this is not a political show. I don't talk politics. Let's talk about how to get you to feel better, but I don't talk politics because it makes no difference. Would somebody feel like, I don't know. I mean, I don't even know. I don't understand. I don't understand. I don't understand. I do in a way, but our country has become really divided. Yeah, but it's fill in the blank who divided us all. And you'll hear many different names. This candidate or this president divided everybody. I don't know if you're right. I think one of the things that's really dividing a lot of people is, believe it or not, is social media and all the opinions, and I think it's killing us. The opinions you see on social media, and then you see like a friend wrote something, and then you get pissed at your friend, or it's horrible. In a way, I wish we could just get rid of it. It's a great tool. It helps us in so many ways, but it's also a really bad and dangerous tool, I think. And I'll tell you something else. Agree or disagree with me, I'm positive this is correct. It's causing a lot of mental health issues. Social media, a lot of mental health issues, because when you go on Facebook or Instagram or X or whatever it is, it doesn't matter. If you make your little post, and then you're checking to see how many likes or how many hearts you got or how many comments, and if you're not getting much, you start to question yourself. And then you got to compare yourself to others that have their pictures up. And I saw somebody this morning who put a picture of their house, the inside of their house, and this thing looked like a fucking mansion. I mean, it was just like obscenely large and what's the word I'm looking for? Ornate, just over the top. And I'm thinking, like, why did they have to show a picture of that? I mean, is it bragging? Why else? Why would you put a picture of your house or your possessions? Or why would you do that? What do you do? What's your goal? What are you trying to do? Do you feel that insecure that you've got to show everybody your wealth? Do you feel that horrible? Why? I make it a point. I try not to show my cars. Sometimes I'll do, okay, busted. Sometimes I'll do a video from the inside of my car. So I'm sitting in the driver's seat now, and if you want to try to figure out I don't, it's not that big of a deal. But I just don't feel the need to say this, hey, this is my car. Look at my car. Hey, or my house, or my possessions, or I don't do it. It's not going to help anybody. It's not going to help me. I don't have an ego that I need to show off my stuff. I don't even think material things are all that great to begin with. I don't I don't derive happiness and joy from material things. You got to be happy with from within. And then if you have a few material things, okay, that's cool. But you don't buy material things to gain happiness and then maybe even worse to show off. That's not a good thing. It's not going to make you happier or the people you're showing off to. They're going to be pissed at you because on some level, no matter what they say on social media, oh, your house is so beautiful. No matter what they say, there's some jealousy. Trust me, it's not good. Stop showing off. Be authentic. Be yourself. Do the right thing. Live your life. Help other people. Stop the bragging. If you're if you're bragging on social media and showing off your shit, you've got some issues you need to work on. Please. If you're taking a hike in a park and it's a beautiful park, I mean, yeah, you can show some pictures. That's fine. But I've got some people that I follow on social media. Like every other week, they're showing off because they're on a different cruise or on a different vacation. That's just over the top. It's just ridiculous. You don't have to do that. I never say anything. I never give anybody a hard time. But I'm thinking, like, why does this person always have to be showing what they've got? I don't know. Maybe I'm tough. Maybe I'm the tough one. Maybe I'm intolerant. I don't in a way I am. And I've been doing some videos about I've got plenty of flaws. Trust me. I've got plenty of things going on. I've got one I'm sharing. What's today? Today's Wednesday, right? Today's Wednesday. I've got one I'm sharing this coming Friday. And I talk about something that I've never talked about before. Never talked about it before. I finally got enough courage to share this. So you'll see if you check it out Friday, you'll see what I'm talking about. And in doing so, my goal is to help other people. Like I'm not sharing my stories just to be like a storyteller. And I'm doing it so I can share what happened to me, what I figured out, what the mushrooms have helped me figure out, and then how you can try to figure out maybe what's been going on in your life. That's what I do. I'm not putting up pictures. Here's my fancy car. That's crazy. I don't know why people do it. Life is beautiful. How are you doing today? Good to see you here. Let's see. I hope all is well. Sorry, off subject. Have you heard of a company called Psilocybin? If you gift, you're able to get microdosing. This is where I purchased mine from. I don't know about that company. And generally, I don't really like to talk about sourcing on my show publicly. I've got a few ways that we do it sometimes. If somebody wants to get like an hour consult or go through a program or go on my Patreon page, we make some exceptions in those in those platforms. But just like in a public thing like this, I'm not familiar, and I just don't feel like. And it is also off topic of today's. I don't mind going off topic a little bit. That's a problem. But this is not. I don't want to really talk about. I don't want to talk about sourcing. Oh, life is beautiful. You didn't have to. Well, thanks. I get. No, I appreciate you being here. I really do. I appreciate your really great energy. I really do. I hope that helps. It probably didn't help much, but there are ways we can talk about it. Sure. Go Patreon. It's simply. I think it's patreon.com/microdose U. We could talk about anything. We will talk about it there. If you will talk, patreon.com/microdose U. And you got to join at the paid level though. Like I've got a bunch of people that follow me there on the platform at the free level, and they're not really getting anything. They're not supporting the show, and they're not getting anything. The paid level it's $12.50 a month. Pretty cheap. And if you have, the good thing about my Patreon channel there is if you have something you want to discuss, a question you want to ask, it's not really one-on-one coaching. It doesn't go to that level. However, if you have something that you want to know and you've dropped me a little message or drop a comment on Patreon, I will do whatever it takes to try to make a video about it, a video answer. So again, it's not really one-on-one. It's not coaching. Coaching is a higher level, of course, but hey, you go on Patreon and say, hey, Dr. Dave, I've been wondering about this. I've had this issue with this. Can you help me out? If I think it's a pretty good topic, I'll make a private video. I'm not just for Patreon people. So it's a cool little community. We have a few people. It's not a ton of people, which is good because we can all interact and help each other out. And it's a small community. So it's so cool. So life is beautiful. Hope to see you there. That'll be fun. That'll really be fun. Thank you for the hearts. Thank you very much. That means a lot to me. And I'm very serious. You know, we need more love. We really need more love in this country, in this world, on my podcast, on social media. We need more love, and we want it to be authentic. We don't want to be, no more of this fake stuff. Do you have any fake friends? Meaning, like, if you have a friend, I'll say this loosely, if you have a friend and you say something that they don't agree with, do they like drop you, ghost you, think less of you? My true friends, I can pretty much say anything to, and I'm not judged, and I'm not dropped, I'm not ghosted, I'm not thought any less of. My true friends listen, and even though I might say something that does not align with them, maybe, I don't know, they don't think less of me. And we all need friends like that. We don't need the friends that say, oh, I voted for fill in the blank, and they just, and you never hear from them again. Who needs a friend like that? That's not a friend. That's not a friend. That's like a vague acquaintance almost. Let's see what Eric said. There are all kinds of vendors. My city has mushroom stores, gray market. I like the convenience of walking in. That'd be fun. And I think you're in Canada, Eric, right? Info Warrior. I think you're in Canada. We're in the DC. In DC, we were in DC the entire summer. Could have got DC, meaning Washington DC. So I used to live before I lived in Salt Lake City. I used to live in Maryland, of course, which is the DMV. We're in DC. DC. I'm trying to think if DC is not Washington DC. What else could DC be? It would be probably Washington DC, I guess. Probably. And Toronto. Yeah, we talked about. I think one of the last live streams we talked about that that cannabis. I want to say, like, not bakery, that wouldn't be the right word, but that cannabis place where you walk in. I walked in, it was many years ago, but you get these milkshakes there. That was in Toronto. You get these milkshakes and they're loaded with cannabis. And I drank way too much and I couldn't function. Life is beautiful. I have a small group of friends that I love and trust. My husband, children, siblings. Yes, see? And yes, Eric, Hotbox, that's right. Hotbox Cafe. Life is beautiful. Yeah, that's what we need. That's what we need. People that are not going to judge you for something that you believe in. Somebody that you can tell a problem to, and they're not going to judge you, and they're going to actually listen. I've got a friend that I was asking. This guy's got like a lot of friends, and I asked him a point blank question one time. I said, do you ever talk deeply with your friends and share deep things? And he looked at me and said, no, I don't do that. I'm thinking, like, I felt bad. Who has friends that you can't really talk deeply with? Who has that? Why would you want? I mean, I guess surface friends, I guess like a neighbor or something, you say, hey, how you doing? Good weather. Nice. Hey, good to see you. Yeah. But like a friend that you really have, or a spouse or a partner or, family member, go deep, share, hug, share the good and the bad, be honest. It's legal. I'm only 5 hours away. 5 hours. Where are you? Life is beautiful. Where do you live? You're 5 hours away from DC. Let me guess. You're 5 hours away from DC. I can only guess. 5 hours away from DC would be either somewhere in North Carolina that way, or it would be the other way. It would be Connecticut. I don't know. I'm just guessing. Or west would be 5 hours. Let's see. I don't know. Oh, North Carolina. What a guess. Hey, beautiful state. I spent a year in North Carolina when I finished dental school, and I did a 1 year general practice residency in dentistry at a hospital in Greenville, North Carolina. Greenville. You got to talk like this when you're talking Greenville. You got to be talking like this a little bit. Greenville, North Carolina. Beautiful place. And I spent a year there, and Pitt County Memorial Hospital. I understand they've changed the name now to some like fancy medical center name. It's really grown, but I loved, I guess, North Carolina too. Yeah, but because 5 hours south of DC is generally North Carolina. You're not going to get into South Carolina. I don't think you'll get into South Carolina. No, you won't get into South Carolina in 5 hours. North Carolina, unless like you're going into Virginia and then you're going like way west, like into like even like Roanoke. Roanoke might be 5 or 6, maybe Roanoke, Virginia, 5 or 6 hours from DC, maybe. I don't know, something like that. Very familiar with the area. Used to live there, grew up there, lived there almost all my life until we moved to Salt Lake City about 6 years ago. And no turning back. I love it here. Love it here. Absolutely love it here. We got some snow yesterday. I was just there this weekend. My husband was refereeing a game. What was in Greenville? Wow, ECU at ECU. I'll tell you how old I am. When I was doing my residency in North Carolina in Greenville, it was dry. You could not get liquor by the drink. You couldn't go into a restaurant and order liquor by the drink. But when I was there, they just changed it. Like it just became legal to do that and that was like 1980, 81. Shows I'm old, and it shows that wow, Greenville was like, it was a dry town. I didn't know of any dry towns when I was like, I didn't, I grew up in the Baltimore area, and there was plenty of liquor. Not that I'm into liquor, because I'm really not. I drink almost none, like tiny bits sometimes, but almost none. But it was dry. It was dry. Anybody else have any questions? I'm going to probably wind this down in a little bit. Again, my main reason, and if you came towards the end or the middle, well, we don't really know where the middle was yet, because it depends how long I go for something to be considered the middle of the show, right? But I just started off about the election, again, not being political at all. Didn't mention candidates, didn't mention who I voted for, anything like that, and didn't mention if I was happy with the results, not happy with it. It didn't even go there. I don't go political here at all. So I didn't. The only thing I was talking about was, if you've got anxiety, if you're not feeling right from this, here are some of the things you can do. So if you came in the middle or towards the end, make sure you check out the whole thing, because I talked about it a lot. And I won't go over all of them again. Just go back and check, because I think we need to heal. We need to feel better. We need to love. We need to hug. We need to, at some point, we just need to let it go, guys. We just need to let things go. And again, I know I don't want to be that person that says, you're depressed, just let it go. Just stop being depressed. No, I know it's not that simple. I know that. But still, there comes a point where we can't keep harping on something that's not working out for us. You've got to move on. You have to move on. But it takes work. I know that. And that's why microdosing is such a beautiful thing. So earlier, it was Life is Beautiful. Life is beautiful. You were saying that you want to go to DC to see if you can find some of the particular plant medicine that we talked about. But again, if you go into the Patreon channel and sign up, we can share some information there for sure. We can definitely share some information. I think it would be very helpful for you too. I think you'll like it. Some people say, well, yeah, I'll spend $12.50 and I'll just do it for 1 month, and then I'll cancel and I'll get all the information I need. Is that okay? Well, it's legal. It's okay. I have the Patreon channel for people that want to truly help me support the show. That's why I have the Patreon channel, to support the show. Somebody comes on and they pay for 1 month and then they leave. They scoot out of there. I mean, I appreciate the 1 month for sure, no question. But it's better to stay because I really am trying to form a little community there, and I really want to help each other out. And if you get on there, get some information, and skedoodle out of there, then it's not helping you that much, and it's not helping the community. It's not really supporting the show except for the 1 month. So you can do whatever you want. It's fine, and there's never any pressure, never, never, never. But if we get some good people that just stay and stick around there, it's really cool. That's what I'm trying to really work on that pretty hard. Okay, anything else before I go? Thanks so much for being here. Really, really appreciate you guys from the bottom of my heart. I just, I turned this on today. I didn't know if anybody would even show up. I had no idea. And a lot of people will watch this as a replay, of course, but it's always fun. It's more fun interacting with you all. Eric, Life is Beautiful, and anybody else who was here that didn't chat, it's fine. You can lurk, you can hang, you can multitask. It's all okay, no problem at all. Well, Life is Beautiful. If you want some long-term guidance, also send me an email. And I'm so sorry. You've been suffering since 14. I'm so sorry. I know what that's about. You're definitely gonna want to watch my video or watch or listen to what I have this coming Friday in 2 days. You're gonna want to see that because I talk about stuff from childhood that I figured some stuff out. I talk about stuff I've never talked about before. So if you want some long-term guidance, though, definitely join the Patreon. That'll help support the show. But also send me an email or a message or something. And my email address is always in the show notes, by the way. Every episode I ever do, my email is always in the show notes because I got some ways I think I can help. That's all. Simple as that. Okay. Really appreciate you guys being here. We are Nakama. We're a group. We're a tribe. We're a family. We're colleagues. We're friends. Whatever you want to call it. Nakama kind of encompasses all of that. We're just grouped together with like-minded interests and energy, and we're really all trying to help each other out. Okay. Bye. Till next time. I'll try to do this more often if I can. So, thanks, Eric. Appreciate it. Namaste. Also, namaste. Talk to y'all soon. Love you. Love you all. Bye.